We're a marketing company, we're a technology company. We only have clients as long as we make money for the clients. And if we don't make money for the clients, we don't have clients. So this puts us in a difficult place where in the past 5 years, we had to merge marketing with technology. We have to have a dev team, a development team, to provide the kind of value that we know will create results for customers. And that has been a big challenge for us. Obviously, of course, we don't want to do everything. I don't want to do I don't want to say I'm doing marketing and paid search and content marketing. I'm also doing e-commerce. I'm also doing Amazon. I'm also doing brand protection. I'm also doing development. But what we have seen is that the clients who get this level of consultation and who actually listen and follow the strategy that we created are incredibly successful. So what we're saying is if you are not heavy on marketing, if most of what you do is word of mouth and you're looking into marketing, you have to find a consultant and you have to work with a company that actually understands your entire operation. Now, Joe, what do we do to understand this operation when we get prospects or clients? What do we do before we even begin suggesting them a strategy?
So first things first is we send these potential clients a questionnaire that they need to fill out. Once they send that back to us, then we can go ahead and hop on a kickoff call to discuss each and every line item one by one to truly make sure that we fully understand, every single question that we're asking and the answers that they're giving us.
Yes, and that questionnaire basically, along with the kickoff call, has a lot of different elements. It has your brand guidelines, what your products or services are, what your competitors are, what's the value proposition that your product or service has, how are you making a difference, how are you different than your competitors, and also where are you making money. It's very important. Optimum 7 has over 20 services. We have a few services that we crush it on, and then there are some services we don't really make money on. So it's what you do is you have to prioritize based on what your incoming is like and what your intermediate and long-term objectives are. So when we look at these SEO audits and when we look at these, and we get these emails, we probably get like 5-10 spam emails on a daily basis from companies saying, hey, we can do an SEO audit for you. It has zero value if the consultant does not understand your business model, your audience, your products and services, your profitability. It has zero value. So what we started doing is we started looking at it from a brand standpoint. If you're an industrial business, what are we gonna do with you on social media? You do B2B, right? So your social media execution should be limited to LinkedIn, maybe a little bit Facebook if you have audience there. But other than that, why do you need to be on Twitter? Unless you have a fully dedicated team that can handle Twitter, you don't need to be on Twitter. So prioritize in terms of what the objectives of the business are. That's very important. So when we look at these technical SEO audits, let's talk about more technical stuff. People send all these lists, 301 redirects, 404s, you have duplicate pages and titles. How easy is it to fix that, Joe?
It's just time. It's just time. But I think what's more important is that what I've seen from a lot of these audits is that they're not they're not guiding you and showing you what you should prioritize and what you shouldn't based off of all this technical data.
Yeah.
As a business owner, as a client that you're not fully aware of SEO, and on my list I show you, well, you have meta descriptions with characters over 60 limits. And then further down the list, I see, you have pages that are missing meta titles. Which is more important? That's a lot of things that these audits don't provide you with, is guide you step by step. This is what you should prioritize. And then this is what you should kind of get to if you have the time. And
it's not a generic thing. It's different on a per client basis, right? If you are getting over 50,000 visitors monthly to your website, and then I'm not going to give you a hard time about very basic structural issues. But if you're an e-commerce business and you don't have your snippets and you don't have the stars showing up on search results, that's your priority. So a lot of these audits don't actually prioritize based on the individual business's objectives. And that's very important it's very important that a consultant that you're working with actually understands your business, regardless of it being e-commerce, B2B. So here's the baseline that I tell everybody. If you are speaking to a marketing company and they don't ask you what your products are, how much you sell it for, what your profit margins are, what your delivery is like, what your sales cycle is, how long does it take you to close a lead, what your reorder amounts with your e-commerce is, what your conversion rate is, what are your best selling products, you are working with the wrong consultant. It's very important that you understand that.